Hey y'all, I hope everybody's doing okay today. So, we are getting ready to cook some shrimp and grits along with some catfish. So, please join me as we get this meal started. We're gonna get on with cooking the shrimp and grits. Let me turn this eye on here. Here we're gonna have fish. Just waiting on this to warm up, and I'll be using that one in the bag for something else. So what I'm going to put in the pot for the grits, I'm gonna use some chicken broth. It has water in there already, so I'm just pouring some chicken broth in there for flavor. It's enough there. And once it starts to boil, I'll add I use half and half instead of just regular cream. I'm gonna use the half and half. And so let's keep rolling. As you see, our water have came to a boil. So I'm just gonna add this half and half in there because I like my grits creamy. So I'm gonna let that also come to a boil, and it's gonna come to a boil fairly quickly. Like now it's already boiling, so I'm gonna turn the fire down some, and I'm gonna start to add my grits in there. Just some regular old Quaker grits. And you got to be careful when you cooking grits because they will pop you and you will have one of them old school burns. Feel like when your mama was pressing your hair. So that's enough for now. I'm just gonna let that go ahead and cook. Okay, we have our catfish here, so we're gonna put some mustard on the catfish. We're gonna add some adobo. We're gonna add some complete. We're gonna add a little accent to it. And when I find the paprika, some paprika to there, and some good old Texas Pete hot sauce. The oil is almost ready for it, so it'll give me time to find my paprika to put in here, and we'll start cooking the fish. Okay, I found my paprika. I got my fish all seasoned up. So I'm just gonna take a few and put them over here in this batter. So in here I have my cornmeal in here. I have probably like 2 tablespoons of flour, and I have some accent in here also. And that's about it. Let's see if my grease is ready. And my grits are cooking fine. I don't want no gritty grits, so I want my grits done. And so we're gonna let that fish cook, and I'm gonna give those grits a stir. Now we're at the point where we are going to start seasoning the grits. So the first seasoning that I'm gonna put in there, and when I'm done cooking, it's gonna make you want to slap your mama because it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be delicious. Some black pepper. Got to have pepper. Let me know in the comments how many of y'all eat y'all grits with sugar. You know, I'm from the South. We don't eat our grits with no sugar. Some people do, so I'm not going to generalize and speak for everybody. But I got to have salt and pepper in the morning, and I mix my eggs up in there, and you gotta have some grape jelly in there. Oh my God, you got to have some grape jelly. What? With some homemade biscuits? That is delicious. And I probably seasoned down. Well, there's no probably. I did season down on the grits because I'll taste them as I go and see how they taste and what they need. So I'm also going to start adding some of my vegetables to my grits because my grits are done. So what I'm adding, I'm putting a little mushrooms in there, some red, um, some red bell pepper, some green bell pepper, some jalapeno peppers. Get on over there. My green onions. I know y'all didn't think I was cooking all plain and stuff. Come on now. Y'all know me better than that. So that's what I'm going to put in there for now. And I'm going to let all of that start to come together and cook. And I'm going to taste it and see what seasoning I need to add to it. So I'm going to cover it up and just let it go ahead and start to cook. Okay, so now we're gonna start cooking the gravy for the top of the grits, and this is optional. This is just something that my family like to have on top of their grits. So it calls for one 1.5 cup of water. So what I'm gonna do is just add that 1 cup of water, and that half is going to be the half and half because I want that gravy creamy. So I'm gonna pour that in the pan and get that started. And we're gonna go back over here to these grits. And so the grits are done. So I'm just gonna add some old regular basil to my grits. I cut it up already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that over in the grits. And I'm also going to add some cheese to it, some Italian cheese instead of the cheddar cheese, because I think the Italian cheese tastes a lot better than the yellow cheese in the grits. I mean, if I was eating it in the morning, I wouldn't add no grits to it. I mean, no cheese to it at all. So that's enough. I don't want it too cheesy. So I'm just gonna give it a stir with that basil. Gonna bring out all those flavors. And my grits are done. So I'm gonna go back over here and continue cooking the gravy. Now that um, the half and half and the water have came to a boil, I'm just gonna add that gravy to it. And you're also supposed to add a 1/2 cup of water to it. But instead of adding the water, I don't want to add any water to it. I'm just going to add half of the chicken broth. and just let that come to a full boil. And I'm going to take that off and move on to the shrimp. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some of this garlic, I think it's garlic and herb butter in this pan. A little bit more than that. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna season my shrimp. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my shrimp in there because I'm gonna season it last. I'm gonna turn this fire up on a little higher. Okay, that gravy that we made, I'm pour that gravy on top of there. And now I'm going to start to season. Now I'm going to turn it back down. And I'm going to start to season that. And so I'm just going to put the Slap Your Mama, because the grits are already seasoned. So I don't want to do too much with that. And I'm going to add some green onions. And that's it. And I'm just going to let that cook. Just let it cook on its own. So if you was wondering why I didn't season the gravy, this is why. Hey y'all, we have came to the end of the video and I thank y'all for joining me. Let me know in the comments if you will try this dish, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and watch more videos to come. Leave a comment and like. See you in the next video.